All right. Cause for celebration. We're with the very last question on the practice test. So this is 6C. This is another improper integral. In theory, the integral itself seems sort of proper enough. No infinities here on the boundaries. However, this is going to be another one where, so 16 over cube root of x doesn't exist, right, at x equals 0. So this boundary point, that lower boundary, what would be kind of our a value as far as an a to b, technically we don't exist there. We're going to have some sort of asymptote. So we need to do the limit and sort of use that to sort of pull this aside. So we'll do the limit as a approaches 0. This is from 0 to 1, so we're going to approach 0 from the right. And so we'll go from a to 1, and then this would be, I'm going to sort of rewrite this in one step here. So this would be 16 over x to the 1/3, right? I mean, this would be x to the negative 1/3. To do any kind of antiderivative, for most calculus things we're going to do, we're going to need to rewrite that, right? So we'll use the power there. We'll write it as a negative 1/3 power. That means as far as the antiderivative goes, so the limit is just kind of hanging out for now, just in wait. What's the antiderivative of this going to be? So we're going to add 1. So this would be x, so negative 1/3 plus 1. So my new power here, so this is what? 16. This is x to the 2/3, and then divided by 2/3. So we're going to come back and clean that up. So this is from a to 1, and that a value we're going to send towards 0 here in a minute. I don't need to shift this up just yet. So let's rewrite this and clean it up for a second. So a goes to 0 from the right. Gosh, what's this going to be? 16 times, divide by 2/3 is really times 3/2, right? So that's going to be 16 divided by 2 is 8 times 3 is 24. X to the 2/3. So this is from a to 1. So let's write it that way. Limit a goes to 0 from the right. So this is 24 x to the 2/3 from a to 1. 2/3 power would mean so the cube root of x squared. However, thinking ahead just a little bit, the values here it looks like they're going to be 1 and 0. Those are not the wildest values in the world. We're probably not going to have to do root kind of things for 1s and 0s. So the limit is a goes to 0 from the right. So if we sub this in, so this is 24 times, right, 1 to the 2/3 minus 24 times a to the 2/3. And legitimately, this is kind of nice. This is going to be what? If I sub it in, I mean, this is just 24, right? 1 to the 2/3 is 1, so that's just 24 minus, so a goes to 0. 24 times 0 to the 2/3. 0 to the 2/3 is 0. That's, 24 minus 0, so that's just going to be 24. Our favorite band is back in action because that one, my friends, is going to converge. Jane Doe. Jane Doe is the Converge album you want. That's the best. Anyway, that's the end of the practice test. Nice work. Nice work getting there. Nice work me. Nice work you. Nice work everybody. Good luck studying. Hopefully this stuff all helps. And we'll see you in class.